back to GK Today. I'm Nuzhat Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our Daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions along with their explanations and interactive quiz, you may consider joining our Daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today Android application. So in this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision ebooks that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. So without taking much of your time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 8th of January 2022. Starting with very first question, which union ministry has released the draft National Air Sports Policy? So the Ministry of Civil Aviation has released this particular policy for public feedback. And the policy seeks to promote India's potential for air sports and it focuses on ensuring international best practices in safety. So the vision of the policy is to make India as one of the top air sports nations by the year 2030. Okay. Now apart from it, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs is organizing the Climate Change Awareness Campaign and National Photography Competition. So this competition will be open to all the participants till 26th of January 2022 as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav Smart Cities Smart Urbanization Program. And the events aim to sensitize the challenges that are posed by climate change and to discuss the ideas to solutions and promote climate action in the cities. Okay. Now apart from it, Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has launched National Education Alliance for Technology NEET 3.0. So it is a single platform to provide best quality education technology solutions and courses to the students of the country. And the minister also launched AICTE prescribed technical books in the regional languages. And also it uses artificial intelligence for a personalized learning experience for better learning outcomes. Okay. So you can be asked that NEET 3.0 is a platform associated with which union ministry? Answer would be Ministry of Education. Okay. Can you tell me which Indian university has been chosen for NASA ISRO collaborative project named as NISAR? Please write your answers in the comment section. And today, since it is a weekend, so we will focus more on revision. Okay. Question number 2. Prime Minister's Excellence Award is being awarded for which sector? So the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances award the Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration since 2006. And Union Minister Jitendra Singh has recently launched the web portal for this particular award whose registrations began recently. And the prize money was doubled this year from 10 lakh rupees to 20 lakh rupees. And the scheme was restructured in 2020 to recognize the performance of district collectors towards economic development of the district. Okay. Now last month we have seen that Kushagra Rawat and Sri Hari Nataraj are the Indian aquatic champions who have recently created a new national record in 400 meters freestyle and 100 backstroke events respectively. Where at 74th National Aquatic Championship. Now do remember that Rajnikant has been conferred with 51st Dada Saheb Phalke Award for his outstanding contribution to the Indian cinema. And talking about some of the important awards, for example, Microsoft team has recently won the 2021 CK Prahalad Award. Then 22nd Lal Bahadur Shastri Award has been given to Dr. Randeep Guleria and Telugu filmmaker B. Gopal has been chosen for Satyajit Ray Award. Also we have seen that Kung Fu Nuns has recently won the UNESCO's Martial Arts Foundation Prize and Alexei Navalny has won European Union's Sakharov Prize. Okay. One question for you. You have to tell me who is the current Director General of BSF. Question number 3. What is the annual export target of India for the year 2021 to 2022? So India exported goods worth $37.29 billion in the month of December 2021, which is the highest ever in a month as per the data released by Commerce and Industry Ministry. So India's merchandise export in April to December was nearly $300 billion, which is an increase of 48.85% year on year and 26% against the same period in the year 2019. So target of India is $400 billion, and this is due to the high demand for engineering products, petroleum items and gems and jewelry. Now apart from it, the YSR Raitu Bharosa Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Scheme provides eligible farmers with financial help of 13,500 rupees per acre in 3 annual installments. So for the third consecutive year, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy released the third tranche of this particular scheme, and 7,500 rupees is deposited in May for the Kharif crops, 4,000 rupees is deposited in October for the Rabi crops, and later on 2,000 rupees is deposited for Sankranti. Okay. Now apart from it, the Reserve Bank of India issued a framework to allow offline payments up to 200 rupees per transaction, and this framework is subjected to an overall limit of 2,000 rupees. So basically an offline digital payment is a kind of transaction that does not require internet or telecom connectivity, and these transactions will not require an additional factor of authentication. Okay. Can you tell me what is Ryugu? Means either it is a planet or some kind of moon or asteroid or comet. What is that? Please write your answers in the comments. Question number 4. What is the theme declared for the DRDO Day 2021? So DRDO observed the 63rd foundation day of its establishment on 1st of January, and DRDO was established in the year 1958 with 10 laboratories to enhance the research work in the defense sector. So at present, DRDO is working with several areas including aeronautics, combat vehicles, electronics, instrumentation, advanced computing, simulation, etc. Okay. And DRDO chairman has declared the term export as the theme of DRDO. Okay. Now apart from it, every year 4th of January is observed as World Braille Day to raise the importance of Braille, which serves as a communication medium for blind and partially sighted people. So this day was first initiated by the United Nations General Assembly in the year 2019, and January is observed as Braille Literacy Month. Okay. Merriam-Webster, which is an American company that publishes reference, especially dictionaries, and it is one of the oldest dictionary publishers in the USA. It has chosen the word vaccine as the 2021 word of the year, since it was a word that was extremely high in its data every single day in the year 2021. And yes, we have seen that the Collins Dictionary has chosen the term NFT, that is non-fungible token, as its word of the year 2021. Do you remember the Shreyas Iyer recently became the first Indian player to hit century and 50 on his first debut. Not only this, also he became the 4th Indian player to win Player of the Match award on debut in the red ball cricket. Also, he is the 16th Indian to score a century in his debut test. Okay. Can you tell me the Patal Pani railway station, which has recently been renamed as Tantia Mama railway station, is in which state of India? Please write your answers in the comments. Question number 5. Which state or union territory celebrates the Losar festival as the traditional new year by the Buddhist community? So Ladakh is celebrating Losar, which is the traditional new year, and this festival is being celebrated by the Buddhist community in the region. So people celebrated the festival at religious places like monasteries, stupas, etc. And the festival is celebrated in Tibetan Buddhism in the month of February or March. Right? Now in the month of November, we have seen that since trade between India and Bhutan rose from $484 million in 2014 to 15 to now $1,083 million in 2020 to 21. So that's why now India and Bhutan will have 7 additional entry and exit points for trade as part of measures to increase the trade connectivity. Okay. Now, can you tell me, Bathukamma is a floral festival that is celebrated in which state? It is a festival of Telangana. Also, it is celebrated in some parts of Andhra Pradesh. And talking about Telangana, in the month of July last year, Rudreshwara temple, which is also called as Ramappa temple, has been inscribed on UNESCO's World Heritage list. And Telangana was also in news because Flipkart has partnered with the state of Telangana to lead Medicines from the Sky project for the drone deliveries of medical supplies to the remote areas of Telangana. Okay. You have to tell me, a new climate finance leadership initiative India partnership has been signed between India and which other country? Question number 6. Khurnak Fort, which was historically a part of India, is under the control of which country at present? So Khurnak Fort, which was historically a part of India, has been under Chinese control since 1958. And near to the fort, China is building a new bridge. So the bridge is being constructed on Pangong So, near the line of actual control in the eastern Ladakh. And after the military standoff in May 2020, India and China have built several new roads, bridges, and landing strips. Okay. Now, talking about China, it was also in news because it is the world's top producer of rare earth materials. And recently, the country has created 3 state-owned rare earth mining companies to form a new entity named as China Rare Earth Group. And China has been strengthening its supply chain of rare earth materials, and this rare earth is a combination of total 17 minerals used as the vital ingredients in the production of consumer electronics as well as military equipment. Okay. Then China was also in news because of Senkaku Island. It is an uninhabited island chain in the East China Sea that has been administered by Japan for several decades. Basically, China and Japan are claiming the island. So senior defense officials from Japan as well as from China held their first high-level dialogue and agreed to establish a hotline in order to avoid the fiscal conflict. So China actually calls this island group as DIU and says it as a historical claim. Okay. Now, one question for you. As per a latest report by the McKinsey and Company, which country has overtaken the USA to become the richest nation in the world? Write your answers in the comments. Question number 7. Which global association or body recently released a statement with a view to avoid the nuclear war? So the 5 permanent members of United Nations Security Council, named as Russia, Britain, China, USA, and France. They have released a statement recently, and the countries are of the view that a further spread of nuclear arms and a nuclear war should be completely avoided. And the statement seeks to avoid war between the nuclear states and reduce the strategic risk. Do remember that China has a no first use policy on the nuclear weapons. Fine. In the previous lecture, we have seen that the BRICS New Development Bank has announced that it will add Egypt as its new member, and Egypt is the 4th new member admitted to NDB after Bangladesh, UAE, and Uruguay. And also we have seen that Indonesia is set to ratify its membership of Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership in 2022. Do remember that India has recently been re-elected to the Executive Board of UNESCO for a term of 4 years from 2021 to 2025. And this Executive Board is one of the 3 constitutional organs of the United Nations, and the members are elected in it as per the General Conference. Okay. Question number 8. The new COVID variant named as IHU B16402 has been discovered in which country? So this new COVID variant has been discovered at one of the institutes in France. So this new variant is said to have 46 mutations more than Omicron variant. And the first case was reported from a person who had come from the African country of Cameroon. So as per the scientist, the new strain carries E484K mutation, making it vaccine resistant. Fine. Now apart from it, Microsoft is the parent organization of GitHub, which is an open source software repository service. So So it was used to create and develop an application which targeted Muslim women in India. And the application used pictures of hundreds of Muslim women from social media without permission and was listed for auction on one of the application. So now the Indian government is investigating with GitHub and Twitter over the case. Okay. Now apart from it, so the Union Health Ministry of India set up the Indian SARS-CoV-2 Genomics Consortium in 2020 to monitor genome sequencing and variation of COVID strains. So this has been jointly initiated by the Union Health Ministry along with Department of Biotechnology, CSIR and ICMR. So recently this lab has asked the states to temporarily pause sending COVID-19 positive samples. Okay. Question number 9. Kabil is a joint venture company created by which union ministry? What does Kabil stand for? First of all, it is Khanij Bidesh India. And the Mines Ministry has created this joint venture company. And the equity participation of National Aluminium Company, that is NALCO, Hindustan Copper Limited and Mineral Exploration Corporation is 40:30:30. Okay. This ratio you have to remember. And India is working to acquire mines of strategic minerals such as lithium and cobalt in countries like Australia, Argentina, Bolivia and Chile. And India aims to ensure a committed supply of raw materials for renewable energy and e-mobility sectors. Okay. Now apart from it, NPCI Bharat Bill Pay Limited, which is the wholly owned subsidiary of National Payment Corporation of India, has introduced a unified presentment management system. So now through this, NBBL will enable the customers to set up standing instructions on their recurring bill payment. And the bills will be automatically fetched from the billers and presented to the customers for auto debit. Fine. Now which ministry has recently launched ASEEM portal, where ASEEM stands for Atmanirbhar Skilled Employees Employer Mapping? It has been launched by Ministry of Skills Development and Entrepreneurship. So the portal acts as a platform that matches the supply of skilled workforce with the market demand, and this portal is being managed by National Skill Development Corporation. Okay. You have to tell me which ministry is implementing various skill development schemes, for example, Nai Manzil, Seekho aur Kamao and STAD. Write your answers in the comments. Now coming to last question, Alka Mittal has been appointed as the first female chairman and MD of which central public sector enterprise? So she has been appointed as the first female chairman of Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, and the Appointments Committee of Cabinet has approved the proposal of the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas for this appointment. Okay. Do remember that JP Morgan Chase has become the world's most systematically important bank according to the latest ranking of FSB, that is Financial Stability Board. Then ASEM 2021, that is Asia Europe meeting, was conducted last month in virtual mode, and the host for this event was Cambodia, while the vice president of this event was India. So this is a kind of intergovernmental forum that was founded in the year 1996, which acts as a platform for the countries in the Asia and Europe to exchange views and enhance cooperation among the countries. Currently, it has total 53 members. Now, one last question for you, apart from your quiz. Cocoon 2021, which is the annual cyber security and hacking conference that was organized by Kerala Police recently. You only have to tell me what was the theme for this event. Please write in the comments if you remember. Now, let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide, you can see 5 questions which have been taken from past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked this session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.